Hello, you're watching VNA News Bulletin. I'm Bảo Ngọc from Hanoi and now the headlines. President Trương Tấn Sang urges youth to take greater part in national development. World Health Organization advises health sector on ways to control Zika virus. Photo exhibition in Hanoi marks the start of Shakespeare program. President Trương Tấn Sang said the party and state consider the role played by the youth important and encourage them to take a greater part in national defense, construction and development.
The leader made the statement at a March 25th meeting with 85 outstanding youths who would be honored with the Lý Tự Trọng Award at a ceremony in Hanoi later the same day. The award ceremony forms part of activities to mark the 58th founding anniversary of the Ho Chi Minh Communist Youth Union, March 26th. President Sang said young people should equip themselves with more ideas in order to make greater contributions to the country. Hailing the awardees for their performance in the Youth Union, President Sang urged them to carry forward their talent and enthusiasm in studying as well as in Youth Union-related activities. He added Youth Union officials need to pay more heed to the building and actualization of guidelines and resolutions in order to reap better results.
The United Nations Human Rights Council held last discussions on March 23rd and 24th before concluding its 31st session in Geneva. Ambassador Nguyễn Trung Thành, head of the permanent mission of Vietnam to the UN, attended the event. The Council adopted 40 resolutions, decisions, and a presidential declaration. They included 26 bills related to numerous issues of international concern, including the implementation of economic and socio-cultural rights, the rights to work and food, cultural and cultural diversity rights, as well as those related to migration, terrorism, and humanitarian crisis. The 47 Council members voted for approval of 14 other bills, including those on the situation in Syria, Iran, and occupied Palestinian territorial areas. Based on the country's commitments to the protection and promotion of human rights, the Vietnamese delegation engaged productively in discussions, resolutions, and decisions of the month-long regular meeting. Ambassador Nguyễn Trung Thành delivered speeches conveying Vietnam's message that the Council should make efforts to step up constructive cooperation and dialogue and seek appropriate solutions to disagreements and avoid being politicalized. The 31st session of the United Nations Human Rights Council was organized from February 29th to March 24th. The next meeting is scheduled for June 13th to July 1st in Geneva. The Central Province of Khánh Hòa has raised the warning level for the Zika virus, as well as taken more measures to prevent the disease at its international airport and seaports. The Cam Ranh International Airport and 5 international seaports have been provided with body temperature scanners and staff working around the clock for monitoring and detecting the disease. Anti-outbreak mobile teams were set up to help with the work at the ports. The province will launch a campaign encouraging locals to eliminate mosquitoes larvae. The measures were prompted by the information about an Australian visitor who tested positive for Zika after returning from Vietnam. The Australian visitor stayed in Vietnam from February 26 to March 6 and traveled to Ho Chi Minh City, Lâm Đồng, Khánh Hòa, and Bình Thuận provinces during that time. According to the World Health Organization, 59 countries and territories have recorded Zika virus so far. Some foreigners after leaving several Southeast Asian countries like Thailand, the Philippines, Indonesia, and Malaysia also reported to test positive for Zika. Given the recent information that an Australian visitor to Vietnam tested positive for Zika virus after returning home, the World Health Organization's representative in Vietnam, Dr. Masika Kato, has advised Vietnam's health sector on ways to control the virus.
Okay, first of all,
Information about the Australian person was immediately shared with the World Health Organization by Vietnamese authorities. But at this moment, the possibility of Zika virus transmission in Vietnam has not yet been confirmed. Dr. Cato stressed the importance of vigilance and widespread testing to control the spread of the virus. At the moment, prevention is vital, since the Zika virus is transmitted by the Aedes mosquito, which also transmits dengue fever, a widespread virus in areas of Vietnam.
First, we have to really reduce a mosquito and their larvae. Larva grows in stagnant water, so we should really empty these stagnant water where mosquito larvae could grow. This includes like old tires, flower pots, or any water around the communities. We have to work with the community to really reduce bleeding sites. At the same time, we can do the personal protection. Means each person can use mosquito repellent and try to have a long sleeve, long pants, hopefully with a light-colored clothing. When you sleep during daytime, especially babies, try to use mosquito nets. And if you're in the house, try to use these screens on the windows. All these efforts can reduce chance of getting mosquito bites, and these can be possible at this moment.
Speaking about Vietnam's response to the risk, the organization's representative said the country has made a very robust and quick response.
Ministry of Health has really took very quick action to develop action plans, but also technical guidelines for surveillance, prevention and control, and care and treatment. And Ministry of Health has provided training to the healthcare workers from all the provinces. And then they have also instructed provinces and institutes to intensify surveillance and testing.
Highly valuing Vietnam's response to the risk, the World Health Organization's official once again stressed the need to intensify surveillance and prevention measures and communication to prevent an outbreak of Zika virus in the country.
Representatives from 37 Vietnamese rice exporters and producers had a working session with France's leading retailer of Shan to inquire about the group's rice import demand for supply in the country and other EU nations. Frederick Yu, who is in charge of Auchan's goods import section, introduced Vietnamese businesses to types and quality standards of farm commodities currently imported by his firm. He advised the Vietnamese businesses to deeply understand the habit and taste of French people, as well as issues related to the market's demand if they are interested in making inroads into the market. Frederick Yu stressed the fragrant rice that Vietnam will absolutely get a foothold in France if the quality is guaranteed.
Vietnam ships about 7 to 8 million tons of rice to foreign markets every year, mainly to Asian countries. Vietnam's participation in bilateral and multilateral free trade agreements opens dozens of opportunities for Vietnam's rice to enter in large demand markets. This will help improve the value of the farm produce.
To expand export to high-demand markets in the coming time, Vietnam needs to pay special attention to ensure food safety and quality of its products, Hui said. Low-budget carrier Vietjet Air will offer more than 5,000 flights to meet the increasing travel demand during the summer, while launching a Golden Week promotion from March 28th to April 3rd.
The promotion will provide customers with 2 million discounted airfares priced from $0. It applies to all domestic routes and for travel from April 1st to December 31st, excluding holidays. The airline will also increase flight frequencies for a number of routes, including Ho Chi Minh City to Hanoi, which will have 25 daily return flights in total. Ho Chi Minh City to Da Nang with 13 daily return flights, Ho Chi Minh to Phu Quoc with 6 daily return flights, and Ho Chi Minh City to Nha Trang with 5 daily return flights. The routes from Hanoi to Da Nang and Nha Trang will have 15 daily return flights and 5-day return flights, respectively. Meanwhile, the international routes from Ho Chi Minh City to Chinese Taipei will also have 2 return trips per day from June 18th. The Ho Chi Minh City-Singapore route will also have 2 return flights a day, while there will be 3 return flights on the Ho Chi Minh City to Bangkok route and 2 return flights on the Hanoi to Bangkok.
Credit growth by February 20th rose 0.39%, while capital mobilization increased 0.34% against December last year. More in the following report. According to a government report released earlier this week, compared with the same period last year, credit increased 0.96% and capital mobilization inched up 0.05%. The report said the lending interest rate was stable during the months, but the deposit interest rate was on an upward trend as banks tried to attract idle money after Lunar New Year holidays to restructure the capital sources. After staying out of an interest hike race of small and medium-sized banks early this year, all major banks such as Vietinbank, Vietcombank, and BIDV have now joined it. Banks said the interest rate hike was not because of poor liquidity, but to have enough capital to fund medium and long-term projects. Experts say interest rates could be on upward trend, adding that the rise could have banks readily meet the expected rise in capital demand in the next few months, as credit was expected to rise by 18 to 20% this year. An exhibition of the best images of the Shakespeare's lives in photography competition is underway in Hanoi. We went along to take a look.
The competition attracted 200 entries and produced 11 winners that were chosen for their creative references to relive Shakespeare's plays, his influence on literature, or for capturing a famous Shakespearean locations. The award-winning images are being displayed alongside commissioned images from live performances of Shakespeare's plays from around the world.
Images were taken as part of separate productions that are both contemporary reworkings of a Shakespeare play. One of the images, this image here, is a Taiwanese company, and the second image, it's part of this exhibition, is a Scottish production, also with just one actor. I was commissioned by both of these companies to take pictures.
The exhibition is being held by the British Council in partnership with the British Embassy in Hanoi and the Creative City. They also launched the Shakespeare Lives global campaign in Vietnam.
Because it's the 400th year since Shakespeare died. So we're using this year to do 2 things, really. One is to have exhibitions like this, and the idea of this exhibition is to show the best photography from around the world and how you can photograph theatre effectively. And we hope that by doing that, obviously people will come and enjoy it, but also that young Vietnamese photographers will see some of these pictures and perhaps be inspired.
Such activities help us understand more about Shakespeare, one of the world's greatest playwrights, and his works. Shakespeare Lives comprises a series of events and activities throughout 2016 that will celebrate Shakespeare's work at the occasion of his 400th death anniversary. The exhibition will run until April 15. The Shakespeare Lives program will include a host of events such as innovative theatre and dance performances, globally sought arts exhibitions, and educational resources for English language learners.
And that has wrapped up our news bulletin. Thanks for joining us, and goodbye for now.